Good evening. TEAMAVANT here, standing in lane 4, which is the hot lane on most of the tracks, or any track really, because that's the track lane that we like to practice in, because that's the lane we like to compete in. So by me doing this video on this blessed day, like any other day is blessed, I want to represent in lane 4, TEAMAVANT. North State Championship is coming up for most of you right before the state championships. Now I have an issue. I am proud of all of you, but I have an issue as a coach, trainer, mentor, or whatever you may label me, that this time of the year, every single year for the last, I'll say 5 years, that you have been satisfied with just saying things like, I just want to get in the top 4. I just want to advance. I just want to move on. I just want to make it to state. I hope I get in the top 4. I hope I make it to state. I hope I become a state champion. We have lost that drive. We have lost that passion. We have lost that go-get-em attitude. We have lost where we just show up at the track and show out. We lost that where we just, when you pull up on that bus, that van, or that car, or whatever you're in, when you pull up, your opponents know it. They know it when you step out. They know it when you pull up, when you pull in the parking lot. They used to know when we showed up, because we're coming to show up and show out. Now it's just like an event. It's like a picnic at these track meets. I'm gonna name a couple of names. I can name 1,000 names. I'm gonna name a couple of names and give you examples of, let's say Trail Kimmins. Trail Kimmins won, of course, won a silver medal, ran the fastest 60 in the world in the 2012 indoor, and he won a silver medal in the 4x1 for the USA team in the London Olympics. Well, when he used to just show up for practice, you would think it was a track meet. When he used to show up, when he pulled in the parking lot, he would get out of his car and be ready to roll. That's only when I would beat him to the track, which is very, very seldom, because he would show up and warm up for an hour before it was time to grind. Track meet day, well, let's back up. Track meet week was totally different. He was hyped. He was locked in. He was ready to roll. It wasn't no social event. It was time to put the spikes on, and it was time to run those times and compete. And that's what he did. Jordan Barnes. Jordan went and played for the Yankees, but I can remember the phone call I got from his dad. Never forget that phone call, because his dad called me to train Jordan and said, when he stepped out that truck or that vehicle, when he shows up, you're gonna know he's on his grind. You can tell he's always dedicated his time and effort to his gift, his talent. He always put the work in. And sure enough, when he pulled the cold water track and he got out that vehicle, I knew then, this is an athlete. He has put some time in his body, his mind, his soul. All he needed was speed. And when he grind, it didn't matter if it was a sled day, parachute day, sprint day, just working on form day, heels, bleachers, or whatever. It was on. They were locked in. Y'all don't understand how much it takes to be a total athlete. Ryan Campbell, who won state championship 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and ran the times that scholarships were offered. And he went to college and became All-American in several years. But what you didn't see is, I can remember one particular year, I think we practiced 365 days out of the year. We did not miss a day of doing something. Whether it was speed pants, parachutes, heels, levy, something. And when we showed up to the track meet, when he showed up to the track meet, it was on. He would tell you that we didn't look at times. We didn't care about what this person ran, none of them ran. We know what we was going to run on that clock. And we knew they had to show up and beat us because we was going to be ready that day. It didn't matter what they ran last week, a week before. Jordan didn't care who hit a ball or who didn't hit a ball, or if he didn't hit a ball, he put that away. He showed up to show out. Trail Kimmins showed up to show out. So many of you showed up to show out. Those were the days when I knew because of the way they practiced, they was going to play that way. And there's many, many others because I've been doing this 34 years. But now it's like, ooh, I hope I win, or I hope I come in, well, not I hope I win. I hope I come in the top 4. I hope I advance. Really? Really? I hope is what's going to get you 5th place, 6th place, 7th place, and maybe grinding for next year. Because y'all know after the state championship, I won't see you no more. After next Friday and Saturday, I won't see you no more until March. And you wonder why your time are suffering or you're trying to get in shape during season. Makes no sense. So stop hoping and start grinding. Even when I watch the field events. They're so quiet and so nice. They're so, when they hit the board, they're just like, oh. And I know I seem funny, but it's true. And you wonder why you're not jumping for it. When you throw the shot, it's no effort. It's no grunting. It's no nothing. It's so quiet and so nice. But you want to be a state champion. But you're not, I'm telling you, not putting forth that effort. I wish most of you today could have grinded with those guys and those girls, with Abigail, Fiona, I can name so many, Anna Payton, all those who really showed up to show out. They showed up because they put the work in. You have to be able to do the same. You have to show up at the meet with the right attitude of, I'm not here just to try to get in the top 4. I'm going to get in the top 4, and if I don't get in the top 4, that's because they're going to run a time so amazing that they just happen to knock me out, to put me out of the top 4. There's not a time that you should be selling for less as an athlete. Our athletes are getting worse and worse. I'm just here to tell you. They're getting worse. You're getting worse and worse. Maybe I'm spoiled with all the grind. Maybe I'm spoiled with all the past athletes that was really going at it. And I mean going at it. I mean, will call me for workouts. Will work out when I'm not telling them to work out. But you need to know that you are. So my phone is ringing in my ears while I'm wondering what's going on. I hope it's still recording. Hold on, let me check. Sorry about that. Yeah, phone was going off in the ear. My phone's ringing because I'm at the track waiting on another athlete that will grind, Nolan Brown. You will see him in my next video, but he will grind. And speaking of that, speaking of Nolan, I remember we were trying to learn how to do 3 steps in the hurdles. Very difficult task. Takes work. Takes a lot of work. He was able to do it not because I taught him the whole 3 steps and 10 hurdles. He did it himself because he put what he learned from me and what he learned on his own to learn how to do 3 steps, and he went to the state championship. And he's going back this year. He is different. Some of you are different. I have to admit, some of you are grinders. Some of you will go out there and get it. But I want you to be locked in these next meets and say to yourself, I'm going for it. I don't care what nobody else run. I know what I'm going to do when I get to that meet. Show up with the right attitude. Pull in the parking lot with the right attitude. If you want a social event, you're going to get a social event time. If you want to come to a picnic at the track meet, you're going to get a picnic time or effort in your events. Plain simple. Plain and simple. Make a statement at North State. Make a statement at State. It's up to you. Nobody else. And after the state, if I don't see you again until next year, don't call yourself a track athlete. Just say you run track. This is TEAMAVANT. Everybody's going over right now. Make sure again, North State, make a statement. At State, make a statement. Run a time, throw a throw, make a jump that's gonna get the crowd off their feet. Be hyped about it. Be lit about it. Be just, I don't see none of this. Y'all just get to me. You're so nice and so quiet. Oh, it's a track meet. It's domination. I'll go home. Simple as that. TEAMAVANT. Love all you.